Welcome to the Pure Energy Healing Academy. Welcome to Bajerski.com. I hope you're all having a lovely day today, whatever you're doing. I thought we'd have a nice little chat regarding healers, regarding healing modalities, regarding the great teachers of the world in all walks of life. And I thought it was an interesting subject that I brought up. I did a workshop about this a long time ago, and it was fascinating. There was a lot of some people got up and walked out actually. You get used to that. Some people just don't want to hear something because it's too raw, it hurts too much, and they don't want to feel as if they've made a mistake in life. But the whole point of life is to make mistakes. But yet the program of schooling system makes it so that you are punished for getting things wrong, when in fact you've not got anything wrong. It's just a learning progress. But by telling you you've got it wrong is a form of punishment and a form of abuse, and that's what the schooling system is. It's basically a big abuser in so many ways. Unless of course you've got a super amazing memory, and therefore you become a wonderful child and put up on a podium, and you're the pupil of the month. Why? Because he's got a good memory, because she's got a good memory. Is that how you measure and value intelligence and knowledge? Nonsense. It's just a form of belittling other people who are not on the same energetic wavelength, in the sense of using their left or right part of their brain, but that's another story. So let's get into this topic, because I think it's a great topic. It's a fairly lengthy one, so if you're somebody with a fish brain, a fish memory, then yeah, you've probably already gone, which is a good thing. We want people who really want to learn here and want to think about it, and you really want to be able to get stirred in this. You want to feel like, oh, I'm a little bit angry now. Good, let it stir, it's good. Because once you realise that everything you've been taught in life is a lie, that's a good place to start. When you don't know anything and you're confused, that's a good place to start. So now you can start learning. So this is a great place to start. So this doesn't obviously necessarily mean that we're just talking about gurus and teachers here and pupils. We're talking about life, and it covers life itself. And let me try and explain to you. One thing I used to point out to people is, why is it that there's never been a single student that has outshone their teacher? Have a think about that. Reiki, who invented it? Who's ever surpassed him? Pranic healing, Master Kokusui, who's ever surpassed him? Think about any other technique, who's ever surpassed that person. It's an interesting subject and an interesting topic. Now, my understanding of life itself is that if you ever copy a technique, if you ever copy somebody else's teachings, you become a copy. I keep saying copy because I want you to realize that you're a copy. You're not really you. You're copying or mimicking or just following a set pattern, a dogma, a religion, a practice, a cult. You're just following something that was once given by one person. So you can never outshine in that aspect. You can never be more powerful than Jesus. You can never be more powerful than Master Kokusui. You can never be powerful than whoever it may be who gives you this form of teaching, knowledge, wisdom, and gifts. Okay, that makes sense, right? It's impossible. So why people used to walk out, and predominantly people who were very fixated on a set modality of healing, or whatever it may be, it's like, I soon realized that when people were coming to learn pure energy healing, there was a valuable piece that was missing in their life when they were healing. And only after the 4 days of pure energy healing did they tell me and understand that there was one piece out of maybe 10 years, 15 years. In fact, one of the first ladies who ever brought Reiki into Spain, I think she was the first, told me this. So I have to explain this in a way that you understand. When I became a healer, I learned from many different modalities, and I soon realized that none of them were working in the way that I feel they should have been to me, not to anybody else. Everybody else, the way they were working and what I was being taught was working for them to a certain degree. But for me, I found myself being almost like somebody just going like this, pushing me all the time. And I'm like, stop pushing me. What do you mean, Mark? Something didn't feel right all the time. And I remember one of my teachers gave me my certificates, I can't remember what they're called now. I don't even want to remember, it's not that important. And she thought I was really proud of them, but I wasn't really. Okay, I've got these, I think they were called diplomas. And of course, she was a trained teacher. She was a High Wiccan priestess. She was, yeah, I mean, you know, she was pretty good at everything that she did. And so, yeah, okay, so I stuck this on the wall and it was signed by her name. And as the months went by, I'm getting this push all the time, right? Like, what is this? Why am I feeling like this? And it became evident through my own practice that my consciousness was saying, Mark, you are limited to those certificates on the wall. And it was a dual energy what happened here. One was the fact that my teacher turned on me really badly, and my family. And the other one was this nudge. So I remember walking down the steps after she'd done something so awful that I can't believe another human being would do that to somebody else. And the certificates were on the way down the stairs, and I grabbed them both because I'd framed them, and I literally put them in the bin. Not with anger, but I put them in the bin. And I tell you what, there was a moment of release, and it was like, I can't even explain how right that felt and how good it felt. Not in a jealous, angry, bitter, resentment way, but of a release of something that from that moment on, I never got any of this. And you know what happened after that? I said, I'm not going to take on board anybody's ways. I'm just going to follow what feels right to me. So here we are now, 2 decades on, and thousands of healers from around the world who are pure energy healers. And they came to learn here. And now you're going to say, well, you're a hypocrite, Mark, because don't you teach and don't you want people to do what you do? In actual fact, all of these Reiki masters and Pranic healers and all the other modalities that came here, people who came here with all these modalities, realized that after 4 days of learning how to embrace this pure energy and how we learn to use it and how we flow in that moment, they cried. They literally cried, and they felt like I did the day I threw them things away. You see what pure energy healing is and what life is about. It's never about following a certain person. It's never copying or trying to be that person that you feel is a good healer or a good teacher. Pure energy healing is simply a soul who has learned how to heal in his own unique way, without any disturbance, without any pushing, forcing, without any programming, without any dogma, doctrine, certain ways and ABCs and on and off and symbols. No, this is purely you feeling what feels right. So pure energy healing is basically coming here and watching and learning all the things that I've learned, and then putting into practice what feels right to you. So I share certain PowerPoints in the body, but there is no set ABC. There is no set pattern, because as we all know that each individual beautiful human being or pet holds different emotion, different frequency, different energy, good, bad, negative, heavy, dark, light. They also hold dis-ease. They also hold trapped issues, traumas, deep-rooted abuse, suffering, guilt, grief all over the body. And I realized when this stopped that I was free to feel my client as a beautiful work of art that hasn't even been painted yet. So while my client's lying down and I'm looking at the energy, I am creating a work of art by clearing all of the negative things and feeling the flow of the trapped issue or the blocks, the traumas, the heavy energy, the mind that holds on to so many files that are unresolved. And we clear this and we work on them, we move here and we go where we need to do. And sometimes we just stay in one place, we just flow without no pressure and nobody telling you what you should and shouldn't do, and that's right and that's wrong, because there is no right and wrong. What's right is what feels right to you, and you follow that and you trust that and you believe in that. The point I'm trying to make is pure energy healing is very different from any modality, because I realized right at the beginning I am not going to be a teacher. I'm going to be somebody who just shares what I've learned. And from that, you are going to embrace that. You see, a good healer, a true healer, one who truly works from within, always realizes inside that everything changes, that every person changes from one healing session to another, that every single thing in life changes. We say that the one thing that is constant is change. Therefore, my healing method has changed throughout the years. Does that make it right or wrong? No. It makes it just what it is at the moment. There is no right and wrong. It just is what it is. So, it's safe to say that there are many pure energy healers that have outshone me. Why? Because they have become their own unique healer, because they followed their own truth. Whereas you can never outshine Master Kokosui, Pranic. You can never outshine the teacher of Reiki. You can never outshine those who create a set commandments, ways. You can never outshine that, because you're just doing what they did. So you'll always stay in that box. Whereas I saw that pure energy healing means that you can just be anything and do anything you want. And that's where a lot of Reiki masters and pranic healers and so on who came realized that that was the one thing that was missing. They couldn't actually do what they truly wanted to do, because they were always going back to that set way of teaching and the program that was set inside them. Now, I've often told you this set program is a box, and it will always keep you in there, so you can never become more powerful, or you can never flow in a different direction, because if you do, then you're a naughty person, you're not doing it right. Whereas I say you're doing everything right, and wherever it takes you and wherever you're going with this, and whatever modality you move into, and wherever you go high and low, move left, move right, move your hands in certain directions, feel the energy and move back, sit down, doesn't matter what you do. As long as you cause no harm and your intention is pure love and you're channeling that love because your body's healthy and your mind is healthy and you're channeling that beautiful energy, then there's only two things you can do. 1, heal somebody. 2, do nothing. So if you're still watching this now, thank you for being here. But the point by all of this, in my humble opinion, is that most people can never ever be who they're meant to be if they practice something that is so rigid, that is so difficult to even feel that you can move out because you feel you're doing something wrong. So I say that is a dangerous, dangerous thing in life. And that's why I always say in life, don't ever look up to somebody as if they are your guru, because you will always then be the pupil. Become the teacher. Ajahn is a perfect person to say that to his pupils. Why do you keep coming to me to learn? You'll always only be a pupil. Why don't you become a teacher? And that's exactly my principles. And I think there's a few people out there who feel the same. But you know, if you think about this quite deep, it can get very sinister. Those who tell you to do something in a set way, why do they do that? Well, they do it because of their ego predominantly. They do it because, in my humble opinion, they know nothing else. You see, I believe in you. I believe in you more than myself. And I've said this to you before if you've ever watched any of my videos. Now, I can't say that and not practice it. Surely, I'd be a hypocrite. So when you come here or you go online and learn pure energy healing for 4 days, you'll hear me say it all the time. You should outshine me. And whichever direction you go with this pure energy healing is the right direction. Now, that to me is a guide. And if you want to call a teacher, then fine, call a teacher. But I would say it's somebody who's had experience and who's sharing that experience for you to either digest or let it go because it doesn't feel right. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that right now, this feels right. Just like reading a book. I read all the chapters, but one specific chapter made my hair stand up, made me think about something so profound. Yeah, because that is where you are at that moment. So you digest that and then come back to that book in a year's time, and that chapter won't mean anything because you've utilized it, you've used it, you've experienced it, and now you understand it. So now you move on. So everything is about experience, and every day is a new experience. So every single healing session you do, everybody that you meet, everybody that tries to tell you to be this and do that, and this is the only way it works, and everybody who is online telling you every day, listen to me, this is the only way it works, don't do it any other way. That is all ego, and that is somebody trying to entrap you and to enslave you. And most importantly, remember this, they're trying to steal your power. They may not realize they're doing it, but they are. Anybody who says you are doing this wrong, do it this way, is stealing your power. Because that, to me, is the most dangerous thing you can do. You should never stop somebody learning. Let them learn. Because today's beautiful movement can be tomorrow's the last thing they ever did. But if everybody changes, if our energy changes all the time, if the universe changes, if everything breathes in and out, there's always going to be movement and change. So we're never the same person. The body changes all the time. If you've ever heard from the great geniuses of this world who speak to us about the body, and it changes all the time. The kidneys are no longer the same kidneys in 2 or 3 years. They're always changing. All your parts are changing constantly. And so is all the energy, all the movement, all the issues and diseases move from one place and then cause another issue somewhere else. So there's changing us all the time. And let us not forget the strengths and the healing abilities that we hold. Let's not always talk about the negative. Why not we talk about the positive? I said this in the course last night. It's vital that we change our thought process. Why is it that we're always looking for the negative? Why can't we look for the positive? That's what I did. I one day decided I'm not looking for negative. I'm trying to work on the positive and enhance that and make it stronger. So a lot of my work was in the heart. blasting energy in the heart to make it stronger and stronger and stronger, rather than looking for the weaknesses all the time. So you can change your thought, just like every thought with us when we don't know something, it's normally negative. It's never a positive because we're frightened. We're frightened of not knowing something. We're frightened of everything because we've been taught that way as children. If we don't know something, oh, be careful. Oh, be careful, you don't know what that is. Be careful, be careful, be careful. What about embrace it? It's beautiful. It's something new. This, everything is fear. So these are the things that I think are vitally important. Never, ever look up to a guru and follow them, because you will never, ever become your guru. And you're not here to follow. That wasn't the deal. I can guarantee you, or else you're going to get this all the time. And what that means is sadness, depression, which there's no such thing as, but it'll feel like that. You'll feel like unworthy. You'll feel worthless. You'll feel as if you're lost. Why? Because you're following your famous stars. You're following the money. You're following these big ideas of dreams of what other people have. And you think that that's what will make you happy. You follow the stars, celebrities. You follow the famous sportsmen, and you follow all the wrong people. And that's why you'll never be what you came to be. And you've been told, who do you think you are? Oh, he thinks he's a bit of a big head. Who does he think he is? Oh my God, isn't he sad? Look at him, he don't care about anybody else. Again, that's the program. All of these things are here to stop you from being who you're meant to be. And that was planned a long time ago. And it's a twofold energy, one spiritual and one for those who know how to control you. They call them the elite. They're not elite. They're mainly parasites. They feed from you. And they don't want you to be who you came here to be. And that's why I'm hated. Because I came here to be who I wanted to be, and I don't follow people. And I tell everybody, don't you dare follow me. Learn from me if you want. See what I do, and then take that and utilize what feels right, but don't ever forget that you are the only healer that works in the way you work. Nobody else can work like you. That's why I'm fascinated when I'm watching other healers, because I'm looking, part of my work as the 4-day courses, I'm looking towards seeing your gift. I used to spend a lot of time looking at my beautiful friends who came here to learn healing. What is their gift? I used to love it. And I used to just gently nudge them in a way like, have you ever thought about this? Have you tried this? Because I've just seen this about you, and I've got a feeling that this might be try this, try that. Not, you're doing it wrong, do this, do that, and once you've done it this way, then you are this. Take your regimental army nonsense and stick it right up where the sun don't shine, because that's all it's worth. Oh, it's got to be done this way. Well, why is it going to be done that way? Because I was told it was done that way, and we've always done it that way. But who says it's right, mate? Come here, Tracy. Let me explain to you. You might not understand what I'm saying. Sit down, Trace. How'd you wash your bum? How'd you clean your bum, Tracy? What do you mean? How'd you clean your bum, love? Oh, that's a bit. Just tell us how you clean your bum. Well, I go to the toilet and I get my tissue paper and I wipe my bum. How many times? Well, till there's no more poo-poo there. And is that the way to do it? Of course it is. What if I was to tell you that in Bali, there is no toilet paper? What if I'm to tell you that there's a pipe at the bottom of the toilet that comes up with a squirty nozzle? And when you finish doing your poo-poo, you go like that and you go just like a bidet, and it cleans all of that away, so there's no bacteria. Because when you clean your bum with a Kleenex, which the Kleenex are filled with poisons and actually cause issue inside your body, because the tissues are filled with smells and chemicals. But more so, when you wipe your bum, you're wiping all that excess stuff that should be cleaned away all over your skin, and then it can go on your hands. So imagine having a pipe and just cleaning it all the way so it's all gone, so you're clean and it's fresh with fresh water. I don't know what you're talking about, Mark. Yeah, I know you don't. It's okay. It's fine. What I'm saying, guys, is a little bit crude, but what I'm trying to tell you is that not everything that you've been taught is the right way. And if you can truly understand that, then you can start to look for yourself, embrace the world and see what feels right for you. These are just golden nuggets that we should all embrace. So you are your guru. You are the most incredible healer in the world. And the way you heal, I can't heal like you. But the secret is knowing how to heal. So only you will know that. And that's through practice. That's through trusting. That's through believing. And all of these things, when you trust and believe in yourself, you awaken the inner flame that is the real you. And that pushes the brain energy out, and you're in your heart. And that's when this beautiful energy kicks in and then opens you up. So then you can receive the energy that pours through you, through the universe or through spirit and the family of whoever's lying down, and you give that healing. Or if you're working on yourself and healing yourself, believe in yourself, open yourself up, work with crystals, trust in the crystals that you're holding, trust in the crystals that you put in your body where you put them, and just simply be and believe in your inner power. They took the word placebo and killed it. They took many words and killed them. But placebo means that you believed in something that didn't have any healing property at all. So if you look at it logically, placebo is self-healing because you believed in something, but it wasn't the something that healed you. It was your belief in something. So once you believe in something, you then automatically switch on this healing mechanism that heals the body of all illness and disease. Why do you think so many people got better by taking a sugar pill or whatever that pill was, which had no benefit at all? It was just nothing, but they swallowed it and then they felt better. That isn't a crazy mind. That isn't somebody who's lost their senses. They were actually sick, but they believed that their doctor said this would work. And this parasite world knows this. And they know the power of self-healing. But the secret is the in-between. The doctor giving you the pill and you swallowing it. What happens then? I believe in this pill. I believe that I can heal. Why do you need a pill to believe in your healing? Why do you need a cross to believe in healing? Because we look externally for a God or a savior to heal us, when actually the truth of life that has been suppressed from you, because these people know that you are your greatest healer. And if you can believe in yourself, you don't need a pill that has nothing in it to heal. You don't need a cross. You don't need a God. You need you, because you are the greatest healer. And that's where I'll leave it today. If any of this made any sense and you feel like you want to move on with your life and you want to learn how to heal, you feel like you'd like to be able to heal your dog or heal a friend, and you would like to have this modality that is very free and very liberating, and it allows you to grow even more powerful than any person who's ever shown you in your own unique way, then I will embrace that moment and say hello to you when you become a certified pure energy healer, if you're ready, if it's right. I'll leave the link below, and have a look at the website, see how it feels. Might not feel right to you, but then it might do. Some people said, nah, I wasn't interested. And then 3 years later, oh, it feels right now. Well, exactly, because it's the right moment, just like the right crystal. Nah, none of them crystals mean anything, but that one does now. Exactly. Follow that. But anyway, it's nice to have a look, and I hope this serves you well for other things in life, other thoughts, other programs that we've been programmed by the schooling system and by the teachers and the professors and the doctors and everybody who's always trying to program you to be something, because if you're not being something, you're nothing, when actually you are everything, and you don't need to be something because you are the something and you create the something. I could go on forever about this conversation, but one thing that changed my life, my health, my well-being, my mind, my thoughts, my success, was to believe in myself. So I guess today the word is believe, and I believe in you, probably more than you believe in yourself. Why? Because I know the power of belief, and I have learned from it. So I know who you are through knowing who I am. The moment you believe in yourself is the moment you will understand this conversation. Have a beautiful day. You are amazing and unique, and don't let anybody tell you any different. Just turn away from them and be who you were born to be. Amazing, unique, and powerful. And you are the most powerful healer in the world. That I know. Take care.